Hey guys, teacher Fernando here. So like I said earlier, today is the first lesson of the upper intermediate level. And in today's class, let's talk about English idioms, okay? I'm not sure if you are familiarized with the term idioms, okay? So I have some definitions here to help you understand a little more, okay? So first we have there, what's an idiom? That's a question. So it communicates a figure of speech, right? So that's the idea of an idiom. It's a figure of speech. Then we have number two, which are their phrases used to express sentiments, feelings, or cultural aspects, okay? And then three, there's no meaning if you see words isolated, right? So if you try to translate them, most of the time they don't make sense, right? Because it's a mix of different words, but in this context, they change completely their meaning, okay? Here's a very basic example, probably you know this expression. So we have there, it's raining cats and dog. That means it's raining a lot. So if you say to someone, wow, today it's raining cats and dog, that means it's raining a lot. But then you see, if you think about it, cats and dogs, they are animals. So what is there to do with raining a lot? I don't know. Probably that carries a cultural aspect. Probably if you try to investigate the meaning of the expression, probably there is a connection with the situation that happened in the past. I don't know. So this is the point. You don't have to try to understand the words isolated. You have to try to understand the meaning of the expression, maybe the best context to use the expression, okay? So, like I said, today we have a few English idioms. I prepared 5 of them. I have some pictures here, so you will see that there's no connection with the picture. It's only like to help you associate and maybe memorize a little better, okay, those idioms, right? So let's take a look on the first one, guys. The first one is this one here, right? So the idiom is this, to put it in a nutshell, right? So nutshell is the picture here, right? It's a food, right? So to put it in a nutshell means to summarize or describe something in only a few words, right? So let's say that you are having a meeting, okay? Or you're going to have a very difficult conversation with someone. And then as you talk, if you want to summarize the story, if you want to conclude the story, you don't want to tell all the details, so you don't have to extend the conversation for too long, then you say, okay, so let's put it in a nutshell. To finish, right? So that's the meaning. It's like to summarize, to wrap it up, to close, to conclude, right? So you try like to put it in a nutshell. You make the story shorter. Yeah, you summarize the story. So the story is very long, but you try to summarize. You try to put it in a nutshell to make a long story short. Okay, so that's the meaning of this expression, right? Then the next expression here, I don't know if you are familiarized with this too. To beat around the bush, yeah. Some people, they say to beat about the bush. Okay, so sometimes you can hear around or about the bush, right? So to beat about or to beat around the bush means to avoid answering a question, to stall, to waste time, right? So it's like this. A person asks you a difficult question. You don't want to be so direct, so you just keep like going, telling, like you try to avoid answering the question in a very direct way. Yeah, so you, in that case, you are beating around the bush. Yeah, you don't want to tell the truth, right? So you just keep like going in different directions. You try like to change the subject or something like this because you don't want to answer that question, okay? So you beat about the bush or you beat around the bush, right? In case you don't know bush, right? This is the picture here of a bush, yeah? When you go to a park or to a botanical garden, for example, you see that type of tree, yeah? So this is what we call a bush, right? So just like I said before, the picture is only there to help you associate expression with the picture. But like I said to you, if you try to get every part of this expression and translate it, probably won't make any sense. So you have to see the whole expression as one. Okay, so to beat around the bush is when you don't want to answer something. You're just there, like, trying to escape that awkward moment. Okay, right. Then the next one here. Okay, we have another expression, another idiom, which is this: to be at cross purpose, right? So to be at cross purpose. So cross is the picture here, like a Christian cross. Yeah, so if you are a religious person, you know what that is. Yeah, so a cross. So to be at cross purpose, what's the meaning? They do not understand each other because they have different intentions, right? So when you are at cross purpose, you and your friend, or you and your wife, you and your husband, you and your boss, you don't understand each other. Yeah, your ideas, yes, they conflict, right? So when you don't understand each other, yeah, you are at cross purpose, right? Because your ideas, your intentions are different. So you don't understand each other because you have different opinions. You see the same problem in different ways. Okay, so you see your understanding of the situation is different than your wife or your husband or your best friend, whoever that is. Okay, so to be at cross purpose. Just remember, because we have the verb to be, so to be at cross purpose, you have to, for example, you are, I am, he is, she is, at cross purpose. Okay, remember that the verb to be, we have am, is, or are. Okay, and again, the picture, cross, this is a cross. Okay, then the next one here, let's see, to talk to a brick wall. Yeah, so look, this is a brick wall. Okay, so brick is the object and wall, right? So every house, you have 4 walls in a room, right? So to talk to a brick wall, what's the meaning? Used when somebody refuses to listen to your advice, ideas, or explanations, right? So it's a person who doesn't like to listen to different opinion, okay? Because that person doesn't accept suggestions or advices, okay? You have a good friend and your friend is making the same mistake all the time. You try to talk to him, you try to talk to her, you try to give good suggestions, but your friend won't listen, yeah? So your friend is a brick wall, yeah? That person doesn't listen to you. That person isn't open to listen to your suggestions, okay? Or even your boss, right? Imagine your boss, he has a very firm opinion about something. You're there, you try to convince him, you show reports, you show numbers, you show graphics and everything, but your boss, no, that's my opinion, I'm going to stick with it. So your boss is like a brick wall, yeah? When you're talking to your boss, it's like talking to a brick wall because he won't listen, okay? So you just stop convincing or trying to help that person, okay? Because that person is too difficult. That person won't listen to you, okay? That's the meaning of the expression. And finally, we have just one more here, right? This to get the wrong end of the stick, yeah? So stick is this thing here, right? When you walk in a park, right, you see like lots of sticks on the floor, right? Because they fall from the trees. Okay, so to get the wrong end of the stick means to misunderstand something, right? To misunderstand something. So you understand something incorrectly, right? So your boss says, okay, I want you to finish the report by today. But you understand, I don't know, for some reason, because you didn't pay attention maybe, or because your boss speaks English and you didn't understand so well, okay? But you understood that the report should be finished the next day, right? So you got the wrong end of the stick, okay? Because you misunderstood the information. The correct information was finish the report today, but you understood to finish the report for tomorrow. Okay, so there was a communication problem, there was a misunderstanding problem, so that means I got or you got the wrong end of the stick. Okay, so that's the meaning of the expression. You could say, for example, here, oh, I'm sorry, I misunderstood the information. That's okay, yeah? But because you are progressing, because you want to try to use different vocabulary, you can use an expression like this, okay? An idiom, right? That will be much better. That will be much more refined, okay? This is my suggestion to you, right? Okay, so we're done. That's the first lesson of the upper intermediate level. So once again, welcome. If that's your first lesson with me, welcome. I hope you enjoyed this lesson. Now you have the practice activities. You can do it. Check your answers when you finish. And then when you're good to go, you can move on to the next unit. Okay? So I'll see you on the next video. Take care. Goodbye.